Hello cricket lovers, Rico Pull here at the Malta Seniors Cricket Festival, and one of the things that I've really enjoyed about this festival is catching up with some really good players and players that have played with some of my idols. Now this man here, Simon Hoadley. Simon, welcome.
Thank you.
Simon has had the pleasure, or not so the pleasure, to be up against someone like Joel Garner. Simon, tell us a little bit more about Joel Garner.
Well, it's an interesting story. It was a Friday night and I was going to go out with my girlfriend, and the coach, first team coach, Tony phoned me up to say, Guillaume Mendes, our opening batsman, who should have played for England, he's been banned from the game because he refuses to come down on a Friday night because he's judging a Miss Brighton competition. So I'm called up, I get down there and I'm batting number 3. It rains until about 12:30. Western-super-Mare, the wicket's absolutely awful. I'm number 3 and I get in third ball, kept the vessels, caught off his gloves by the wicket-keeper 30 yards back, Joel Garner, and I'm going in there and there was 10,000 Somerset supporters drunk on cider, baying for my blood. So it's quite a challenge, and it was quite easy at the other end because there was the young Ian Botham. I expect you've heard of him.
Yeah, we've heard of Ian Botham.
It was pretty good. Yeah.
Now you've had we talked about this a bit earlier, but Ian Botham, you've actually got him out, haven't you? Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, it's a John Player League game on a Sunday. It's a 40-over game, and I was fielding at cover, and he hit one to me, and he went down a wicket for a quick single. It'd been raining. He was sent back. He slipped, and instead of hurling the ball at the stumps like other people do, I ran in and just whipped the bail off before he could get back. So that was fantastic to run him out.
And one of the things that I think we were talking about this earlier with Chris Cowdery, we talked about some of the greats of the game, and I think you've said to me that for you, Ian Botham's the man.
Second to Sobers as an all-rounder, and the reason why I put him above Hadley and Stokes, people like that, because he could win the game batting, his bowling and his fielding and his sheer presence on the field. Fantastic.
Well, yeah, he's been. I think we all agree that Ian Botham could do it all. Now you also got kind of roped into facing someone like Bob Willis as well. Tell us that story.
Yeah, well, very interesting. When I was 10 years old, I had a very specific ambition to play cricket, not for Sussex, but to open the batting for Sussex. And because I always, my hero was Jeff Boycott. And we had a similar record running between the wickets, including running my sons out and my brother quite regularly. And I finally achieved my ambition at Edgbaston, opening the batting against Bob Willis, and the motorbike helmets had come out, the Tony Greig helmets, and Captain Arnold said to me, "You won't need a helmet. David Brown, ex-England opening bowler, is now medium pace." He was right about him. And he said, "Bob Willis won't be trying, he's just been playing in a test match." He was wrong about him. So he came in from the tight screen. First 6 balls he bowled at me. He bowled me 4 bouncers. And I remember thinking, watch the ball, otherwise you're dead. And actually I faced him, Garner, Malcolm, Botham, and Clive Rice. None of them got me out.
None of them got you out, but you also did say to me that you didn't feel that any one of those was the quickest you faced.
Well, Wayne Daniel was.
Wayne Daniel was the quickest you faced.
Hove, when it was the fastest wicket. Hove in those days was the equivalent of Perth in Australia, very fast wicket. And he came in, he had a short run, a medium-sized run, and a run from the side screen. And he must have been 95 miles an hour or more. And it was, I did have a helmet on, thankfully.
Now, you did say that you're a bit like Jeffrey Boycott. People couldn't get you out. But you did have a knack of getting other people out. Talk to you about some of the run-outs. And let's just say that some of his family members are not too pleased about these.
Yes, I've run both of my sons out, one of them twice. But we did put on 100 both times. And I also run my brother out quite a lot, who actually played, he's a year older than me, and he played 12 games in the Sussex first team. And then when I was playing club cricket, I went back to my old club, and they said, "You haven't played much cricket, you can bat a number 8. And while I was batting, 4 people were run out, which is quite good. I think even Boycott has probably got that record, but of course none of them were my fault.
None of them were your. Now, one story you got to tell.
Yeah.
This is as I was growing up.
Yeah.
I think he was my hero.
Yeah.
And tell us about the first time and the first introduction you had to the great Tony Greig.
Oh yeah, well, I was 18, my brother Stephen was 19, he was already on the staff. I played some Sussex second 11 games. I was a good fielder, I was a promising batsman, and I was asked to be 12th man at Hove, 3-day games. We were playing Somerset, funny enough. Both of them was playing in that match. Yeah. And anyway, I knew one or two of the Sussex players, but I'd never met Tony Greig. He saw me at the top of the stairs, he shouts out, you must be Hoder's number 2. That was our nicknames, Hoders. So he's right at the top of these steps, right? 6'8.5", blonde Adonis, captain of England, captain of Sussex. Welcomes me, shakes my hand, looks me in the eye. Young man, you've got a lot to learn about cricket in the next 3 days. But there's one thing I want you to remember and one thing only. And I thought, what's he going to say? He's the captain of England. He's the captain of Sussex. Just remember, young man, I have 6 sugars in my coffee. And of course, he made me laugh. He relaxed me. And I actually got on to Phull when he was bowling, and he bowled an absolute awful ball. And I caught my best ever catch off his bowling, one-handed dive into my right. And that man was I wish he was Prime Minister in our country, because he would get all the potholes sorted out within 6 months. And he was so inspirational. He made you feel like you could do anything. He made you feel like you were the best cricketer in the world. He was incredible.
Tony Greig was an inspirational guy, but you know some stories about him kind of not to really do with the cricket.
Yeah.
I mean, tell us the story about let's just say the ride he had in the back of a car.
Yeah, first of all, there's 4 children. He was 2 sons, Tony and Ian, and 2 daughters. And his dad was Scottish and his mum was South African. And in the war, his dad was a pilot. He was a squadron leader at the age of 23. So they had the leadership skills. Incredible, all of them.
Yeah.
Tony Greig's 20-year-old man. He was at traffic lights on his own in his car. A black man comes out with a gun, sticks it to his head, says, you've got to drive so-and-so, so-and-so, 20,000 rand. If you don't do it, you're dead. And what Tony Greig did was incredible. Anybody else would have thought of it. Anyway, he stuck his foot on that accelerator, he got it out to 130 miles an hour, said, if you don't throw that gun into the back of the car, we're both going to die. And the guy did. He called his bluff. And yeah, I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah, who else would have thought to do that?
No.
We talked about some big names already.
Yeah.
Why don't we throw one more into the hat? Tell us about your experience of Imran Khan.
Well, yes. He left Worcester to come to Sussex, and he had to play 8 weeks in the second 11, right? 1978, Sussex are the oldest county in our championship. Never won the second 11 championship. In the first 2 or 3 months, we had Tony Greig in our team, sometimes Joel Garner, sometimes Kettle Vessel, sometimes Imran. And anyway, he had to play 8 weeks in the second team to qualify for the Sussex first team. And the first game was against Notts. He was coming in from the Hove, from the far end. Hove at the time was the equivalent of Perth in Australia. Very fast, bouncy wicket. And Notts had 2 very fine opening batsmen, Tim Robinson and Chris Broad, Stuart Broad's dad. And they've been playing for England under 21s. They're very good players. Third ball, Imran comes in and breaks Robinson's forearm. Right? Dusty hair, Nottingham second 11 captain, England rugby player, fullback, comes in at number 3, first ball, hits one up to me at short leg, walks off the pitch and says, thank something for that. He was an amazing cricketer and also a fantastic batsman. And people say he was arrogant. I didn't find him arrogant. He was just very confident. And I don't know if you know this, but he always believed from a young age he was going to be captain of Pakistan. And he also believed he was going to be Prime Minister.
I did not know that.
Yes. I've actually written to him in prison. And I admire the man because he's prepared to die for what he believes in. And you may well die in prison. And it's horrible. because he doesn't deserve it.
Definitely not. Well, let's hope that that situation does change. Now, we talked about all these great players, and I want to finish off by you telling me about your own most memorable moment as a player and achievement.
Oh, that's easy. Playing at Glamorgan, and I'm over in the batting, and 45 minutes I'm not out. And the umpire said, "Don't worry, son, the runs will come." Anyway, I scored 112, my maiden and only first class 100, and it's at Swansea. And at tea time, I came out, I took my pairs off, and I thought I'm going to mingle with the crowd, you know, and lap it all up. And this man comes up to me, all right, and he said, I'm 21 at the time. He said, "You won't remember me?" I said, "Yes, I think you're Mr. Eaton." Well, his name was Reg Eaton. My dad was a cowman, and my dad was a cowman for Mr. Eaton when I was the age between 4 and 10 years old, right? All I knew about him, he was a Surrey member, and he loved cricket.
Yeah.
Anyway, he turned up, he was obviously living down in Wales. He turned up for that game, he looked at the scorecard, he saw the name Hoadley, and he thought to himself, "Surely not one of Arthur's boys." And I said, "Yeah, that's me." Do you know what? He nearly cried. He was so overjoyed to see one of Arthur's boys playing for Sussex, scoring 100. It was a magic moment. The other thing about it was, he said, "How much is a brand new top quality cricket bat?" Well, today it's £1,000, right? 78, £45, right? Equivalent, right? He gets his checkbook out, he writes a cheque for £45. He said, "Here's your next bat, Simon. Thank you very much." And of course, I never saw him again. And what a lovely story.
What a lovely story. And on that note, I think we'll close that. We could talk for hours, couldn't we? But these are some of the stories that we will get in the Seniors Festival here in Malta. Absolutely amazing. It's been wonderful talking to you. It really has.
It's been a pleasure.